Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be why it won't ever improve. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So why it won't ever improve? You could use this expression or this phrase with virtually anything that you are trying to improve. With the narcissistic relationship, why it won't improve, there are many reasons. One is because these relationships only deteriorate over time. Number two, you were in a relationship with somebody who was trying to capture you. They were trying to extinguish you and your beautiful, bright, shining light. They were not working with you. They were working against you. That's why it would never improve, no matter how many chances you gave them, no matter how many opportunities you gave them, no matter how much hope you had in them, no matter how much you wanted to grow with them, etc., or be in a committed, healthy, stable relationship. That would never happen because the person you are considering turned out to be your worst enemy. This person knew what they were doing, and they did not want to improve the relationship. They wanted to dump their toxicity into you, to steal your essence, your energy, your purpose, and all of your beautiful, bright, shining light. They wanted to use that as a fuel source, as an energy source to catapult them from one leg of their life to their next leg of their life. That's why these people, i.e. the narcissists, they only get worse over time. They become what is known as the aging narcissist. Now, perhaps the person you're considering, maybe they are up there in years, maybe they're younger, who knows? One thing you can rest on, or one thing you can bet your bottom dollar on, is that these people have not improved their circumstances, which means their mindset. Yes, they may have all the money in the world, they may have the boats, the yachts, they may be traveling the world and having the fancy watches and cars and all that, but you know what they are in real life? They're what is called supply, and they are called distractions. They are called take a look at me and look at how much money I've stolen from other people or robbed from other people or manipulated my way to grabbing my grubby little fingers on, and now I have the car or the watch or the fancy house, whatever it is. Those are tangible things. What the narcissist doesn't have is what you have, which is love, abundance, empathy, consideration, commitment, diligence, resilience, courage, strength, fortitude. All of the beautiful things you were born with and you worked on throughout your life are the things that the narcissist wanted to take from you, which is why that relationship would never improve. So think about who you were when you met that person. You were probably naive, definitely vulnerable. You didn't know that narcissism existed, maybe even a people pleaser. You definitely did not have boundaries. And again, you could not say no, the strongest word in the English language. You didn't know any of those things. You didn't know that another human being could absolutely lie to you, cheat on you, or steal things from you, and consume your energy and try to live in your mind rent-free. Well, that's what these people do. You didn't know it because you weren't taught this in school. So that's who you were. Then you were in the relationship, and that's when you were in the washing machine of abuse. You were in the deep end of destruction. You were in the cesspool of manipulation. You didn't know how you got there, but what you knew is that something was wrong, and that relationship was not what? That's right, it was not improving, because the person that placed you in that devaluation stage, or maybe even a trauma bond, they knew that the relationship wouldn't improve. All they tried to do was get their fangs sunken into you. Once they knew that they had you, they began to extract your resources. Once they began to do that, then they weren't around as often, or they would punish you more and more for being you, or they would blame you, triangulate you, ghost you, give you the silent treatment, etc. Why would they do that? Because they weren't trying to improve the relationship. Because these people at their core, they're shallow, they're hollow, they're cowards, and they're bullies, and they want what you possess. They want what you have, which is why you were targeted. Now, fast forward to the ending of the relationship, no matter how it ended, if you were discarded or you ended it yourself, either way, my heart goes out to you, but that's when you had to heal. That's when you had to wrap your head around that relationship was what it was. It wasn't what you wanted it to be, and that relationship did not improve over time. In fact, it did get worse over time. And the reason it got worse is because you were giving to a fault. You were doing everything you could to build up that person and to work for a committed relationship. That's not what they were doing. What they were doing is watching you, and they were observing you, and they were testing the temperature of you and of that relationship and seeing how far they could push you. And they pushed and pushed and pushed until what happened? Until it broke, until it snapped, until out of left field the discard happened, or until you removed yourself, and most likely you were discarded. But any way you cut it, that relationship took you on a roller coaster of emotions. It took you super high and it dropped you super low. So again, post-relationship, you had to slow your life down. You had to stay in that cocoon of boundaries, a place you didn't even know existed. You had to get all the toxicity out of your veins. You had to realize and wrap your head around what had just happened to you. So whether you're in that relationship for a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade, a lifetime, the point is you were in it, now you're out and you're healing, or you have healed. And now you realize that you are the priority, that you come first, second, and third. And there's no room in your life for toxicity, specifically at the hands of a narcissist or somebody even worse. You see, what you need is a kind, loving, stable, healthy, reciprocal relationship. And it could be a friendship, it could be a neighbor, colleague, could be romance, who knows? But you need someone who is on your playing ground, meaning your playing field, who has elevated, who has gone through something, and who knows who they are. The narcissist knew who you were way before you knew who you were. That's why they targeted you, because they saw what you had, all the things they didn't have, and they wanted to capture you for a period of time. Again, it was the length of that relationship, and they wanted to trap you in that devaluation stage and slowly take everything they possibly could from you, which again is why you lost your identity to them. You lost your sense of self. You became a shell of yourself, and you did what they wanted you to do when they wanted you to do it, etc. Now again, post-relationship, what did the narcissist do? Well, they just slithered their way on through life to a new source of supply. They probably had sources of supply groomed in front of you or even behind your back that you weren't even unaware of. Again, why didn't you know about it? Because you were caught up in the trauma bond. You didn't know that somebody could manipulate you the way they did. You didn't know people could manipulate anything other than perhaps trying to get a key to fit in a keyhole, or trying to tie a shoelace or untie a knot or something. Well, the narcissist manipulates anybody whenever they want to, and they will blame anybody for whatever they want to. And they do not have the ability to introspect, to be accountable, or to improve. What the narcissist does is they take and take and take, and they go through their life doing this, destroying families, destroying childhoods, destroying hopes, dreams, aspirations, getting divorced over and over and over again, and blaming all of their exes. And no, if you were divorced multiple times, I'm not saying you're the narcissist. I'm saying that that's what the narcissist does many times. Having said that, the narcissist will always be looking for the next new shiny object. And once they get what they want and they capture that person, because they want to have the chase and the catch and release, once they catch that person and get them, and they have their hooks sunken into them, then they don't want them any longer, and they keep them on the hook, floundering, flailing, helpless. That's why you were the walking apology. You were the puppet, the pawn, the indentured servant. That's why you did not know what was going on, and you were committed and giving to a fault to that relationship. But the narcissist, they didn't want to improve that relationship. They wanted to destroy your life and blow up your relationships and take your money, your time, your energy, your purpose. They wanted to take everything they possibly could from you, and they wanted to crumble you up like a sheet of paper and throw you away in the freeway. So now, after that part, many times there is something which is called a Hoover. My hope is you've never accepted a Hoover or have been Hoovered. That's a good thing. It's a badge of honor. If you have been Hoovered, my hope is you never accepted it, because by now you should have gone no contact and blocked these people, deleted them and removed them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. But if you haven't done that yet, I get it. Just have your boundaries up and stay strong. Utilize Grey Rock if you must co-parent with the narcissist, and understand that if where you are now is not where you want to be, there's work to be done. If where you are is where you want to be, then you've done a great job. Take a deep breath in and say, wow, I did it. I'm in a great spot. But all of these things, they equal one thing. This is why the relationship would never improve. This is why the narcissist will never improve. Because in order to improve, you're going to have to be accountable, something the narcissist is not. In order to improve, you're going to have to introspect, something the narcissist is not able to do. In order to improve, you're going to have to realize that you make mistakes, and you have to atone for those mistakes and not replicate or duplicate those. That's not what the narcissist does. These people are masters of mistakes. They have intentional mistakes. They have mistakes that they never take responsibility for also. Remember, the narcissist has selective hearing. They will listen to anything they want to and throw out the rest. Another thing, the narcissist is immune to the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They can't handle the truth, which is why when you're in that relationship, perhaps you were trying to have adult conversations with them, maybe sit down at the table and have a conversation about how the direction of the relationship wasn't going the way you both had agreed on it should in the beginning or the inception of that relationship. Why do you think you would try to have adult conversations with the person who turned out to be a narcissist? Because it wasn't improving. And you, an empath, a kind, loving, stable, healthy person, you needed back then to communicate with who turned out to be your worst enemy, and you were giving them the keys to the castle. You were letting them know your mindset. You were letting them know what you wanted to work on and focus on and repair or improve. And all they would be doing is sitting across from you, drinking whatever beverage they were, giving you a smirk, or having their pupils filled up with the beach ball blackness of emptiness, and maybe smile and say, yeah, we could do that. That sounds great. Are you done yet? I've got to go boil an egg. Are you done yet? I've got to go clean out the lint from the dryer. Are you done yet? They would be doing things like that, and you would be saying, well, at least they heard me. I think things are going to improve. But guess what? Tomorrow would happen. The sun would rise, and guess what would improve? Absolutely nothing. You see, you just gave all of your energy and all of your mindset to somebody who turned out to be the toxic narcissist. You gave them the playbook for the next couple of days, weeks, months, maybe even years of what you were thinking. You didn't know that back then. You do know it now, which is why now, post-relationship, you need to have a small footprint. You need to not share information. You need to not overshare information. You need to realize the narcissist is everywhere. They're watching, they're spying, they're calculating. And the narcissist is the shapeshifter. They will come at you in different human vehicle forms, meaning maybe sometimes they're tall, maybe sometimes they're short, maybe sometimes they're in great shape, maybe sometimes they're not. They speak different languages, etc. But once you have boundaries in place, and once you realize who you are and that you were taken down that destructive path or that relationship that almost took you down for the count, and now you understand that you want nothing to do with those people any longer, then the narcissist tends to leave you alone. I am not saying that is a guarantee. What I'm saying is having boundaries, not oversharing, having a small footprint, and realizing that you put a lot of work into yourself. You put a mountain of work into yourself to get to where you are. That's why you can't ever unblock people. That's why you can't ever keep giving people chances. That's why you can't ignore red flags. You need to trust your instincts, your intuition, and you need to realize that if people's actions are matching their words, that's great. If they're not, well, adios. Don't need to be around you. There are over 8 billion people on the planet. Certainly you can find somebody to enter a relationship with post-relationship if you want to. Now, many of us have decided to take different roads post-relationship once we've healed. Many of us have fallen in love again. Many of us have rebuilt our lives and created new friend groups, and we've relocated and joined new hobby groups and found a higher purpose. If that is you, that's a great thing. If that's not where you are, again, there's work to be done. But realize one thing, that relationship that you are considering, and perhaps you are still even in right now, it will never improve, because as Father Time ticks on, these people, i.e. the narcissists, they get worse, nastier, and meaner. And again, they do become the aging narcissist. And for those of you people on the channel who have been around for years, you know that the aging narcissist is what? That's right, they're not a pretty sight to see. So stay away from these people. They get more entitled, they want to abuse people more and more, and they want to keep people stuck and trapped. That's why when you're trying to break the 4 ties from the narcissistic relationship, which include the emotional tie, the physical tie, the financial tie, and the spiritual tie, they don't make your life easy. They make it anything but that. And they will do whatever they can to keep you trapped and stuck in that loop. That's why once you understand what you are up against, you need to really do the best you can to insulate and protect yourself. But having said all those things, these people do not improve because they don't want to improve. They don't want to do the hard work that you've done or you're doing because they can't. They want to take the easy way out. They made a deal when they were younger with somebody. Figure it out. And that deal will be carried out as long as they are breathing air on this planet, because these people, i.e. the narcissists, are toxic. And this is a battle of goodness and badness. This is a battle of light and dark. And this is a battle that you were in that you didn't even know you were in. And that's why the relationship would never improve, because you were doing your best to improve it. They were doing their best to destroy it. Really get the message. You need to really take this seriously. This is your life. It's not a movie. It's not a Hollywood script. This is serious. You need to really realize that this is your time to go no contact, etc. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that, you are not alone. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And realize it will never improve. It couldn't improve. It didn't improve in any relationships before you were with that person. It didn't improve when you were in that relationship. And it certainly won't improve in any former relationships with the new supply or recycled people, because these relationships are destined to fail. They only benefit one person, which is and or was not you. It will only benefit them. That's why when you finally get your light bulb moments, you need to realize, run for the hills, get away from these people as far and as fast as you possibly can. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.